Bright Cutie. Every student matters.
Hello guys, welcome back to our last lesson. So here we have chapter 10. Chapter 10, and the title for this chapter is Map Reading. So basically this chapter is to help you understand why map reading is important and how to read a map. Map is a very integral or crucial part of geography, right? When we learn about various types or various aspects of geography, when we learned about various chapters which were in the geography section of your book, then we also came across many maps, and there were also exercises which dealt with map work. So this chapter is dedicated or focused solely for the reason to help you, tell you a little bit about how to read a map, why it's important, and the significance of map reading. Okay, so in the first topic, or first we'll look at the advantages of globes and maps. Now when we think of map, there are few things which automatically come to our head, right? When we think about going to a new place, what do we do? We try to look at the map of the place, right? We try to look at the GPS on our phone. We try to find it on a sheet of paper. We try to locate it on a map which is hanging on the wall. We try to look it at the globe. We try to take out our atlas book from our school textbooks and go through it, try to find or locate the place that you're trying to see. So we try to look at maps, globe, atlases, etc. So why these maps, globes and maps are maps, globes and atlases are important? What are they? Let's look at them. Okay. Now first we'll look at map. What is map? Map is a representation of a part or whole of the Earth's surface, and that representation is drawn on a paper, cloth, or a piece of wood. So that representation is called a map. When we take out a map, it's in a piece of paper, right? So that is a map, a drawn sketch of the representation of the earth or part of the earth on a piece of paper or cloth or a wood or a digital gadget or a digital device. Okay, and globes are representation of the earth, okay, of the spherical earth in the form of a model. So globes are the model of the earth, how the earth looks. Earth is a sphere, right? So it's a representation or a model of the representation of the earth. Okay, now these maps, these globes, they are helpful to us. Why? Because it helps in the study of the earth. It helps us properly study the earth, and it helps us to learn about various features which are present on the surface of the earth. So whatever are present on the surface of the earth, the various elements, features, physical, all these are represented on the globe, on the map, and hence by looking at the map it helps us understand what's on the earth. Okay, now atlas is another tool used for map reading. Atlas is basically book of maps. It's a small book, okay, not so thick. It's a small book which has lots of different kinds of map. So it has a collection of map, not just one map, but collection of different kinds of map which covers the entire world. It consists of physical, political features of the earth. Okay, so here in the atlas you find different kinds of maps. Some represent the physical features, some represent the political features of the earth, some represent the climatic conditions of different parts of the world, some represent the wildlife found in the different parts of the world, some represent resources available in the country, within the globe, some represent populations, etc. Okay, so these are found in the atlas. So these are three main tools that we use in map reading. Now let's look at different types of map. The first type is called physical type. What is a physical map? Physical map are those maps which contain information about relief features, about the physical features of the earth, about the landscapes. All right. So in these maps, what are represented? The mountains, the peaks, plateaus, plains, rivers, oceans, lakes, etc. These are represented on the map. The next type of map is called political map. In these maps, what are shown? Boundaries between different countries, boundaries between different states, boundaries between different districts, etc. So the boundaries are shown. Okay, these boundaries are between states, capitals, cities, towns, villages, countries, etc. The third type of map is called thematic map. Now this map or these kind of map shows specific or selected features only. What features? Like roads, some maps will only show you the roads that run through the country, the roads that run through the state, the roads that run through the world. Some maps only show the railway network, some only show industries that are located in different parts of the state, district, city, country, world, etc. Some in a similar manner only show minerals found in that area. Some only demonstrate population of that particular area, etc. So you see, the thematic maps are maps based on themes. Themes such as roads, railways, industries, population, houses, etc. Okay. And the themes can also be of temperature or climate, natural vegetation, wildlife, soil, etc. So you see, the themes can be of variety of various kinds. Okay. The next type of map that we are going to see is small scale maps. Now these small scale maps, they sound like they are small maps, but no, they are large. They are large areas. They are maps of large areas on a single map. Okay, but it has no details. It covers a large area. It's a map of a large area with very little detail. Okay, with little detail. So for example, atlas. Okay. The next type of map is called large scale maps. Now these maps are maps of small areas, but the details in that maps are carefully put. They are great in detail. So for example, guide maps. Okay, guide maps are examples of large scale maps. The next type of map is called topographical map. Now these topographical map, they show the area, okay, the area as much as the scale of the map allows. So they try to portray exactly the area as it is on the ground. Okay, so as much as the scale of the map allows, it tries to portray the map of that particular area. Now topographical maps, they show both natural features as well as the man-made features. So they show also the physical features, the natural features like desert, water bodies, rivers, lakes, mountains, peaks, etc. But they also show buildings, temples, different kinds of buildings, right? Railways, roadways, etc. And topographical maps are very detailed and they contain specified information. They contain lots of information. Okay, informations like names of hills, villages, towns, ponds, rivers, forests, etc. And they also use lot of symbols to show post offices, inspection bungalows, rest houses, mines, etc. And all features that are shown on the map, they use symbols to represent them. Okay. The main objective of the topographical map is to represent the place, the area which is on the ground in a miniature form. Okay, in a miniature form, as they try to represent the exact area on a piece of paper in a miniature form, and they try to make it colorful, vivid, clear of the area as it exists. So if the topographical map of a park, Okay, if for example, if we have a topographical map of a park, then how is a park? There are a lot of activity areas in the park with swings, seesaw, etc. There's a lot of trees. So in the topographical map, you'll see a lot of green bushy things, symbols. There are a lot of colorful pebble-like stuff to indicate the activity area for the children to play, right? So the topographical map will try to show how the area exists in real form. Okay, the next type of map is called the grid reference. Now grid reference is basically topographical map but with lines drawn on them. Okay, so here grid like lines are drawn in squares to the scale of 2 centimeter equals to 1 kilometer. So squares are drawn on the sheet and each square will have measurement. Okay, so 2 centimeter of that square will be equal to 1 kilometer in on the ground. Okay, because obviously if in on the ground the distance of the park is 10 kilometers, you can't draw a 10-kilometer long map of a park, right? So you have to keep it short. So squares are drawn in that manner with the measurements. Okay, now the lines, these squares are formed by lines. Some are vertical, some are horizontal. So you know these are grids. These are called grids and the maps are drawn like this. Okay, so the vertical lines which goes from north to south, these lines are called eastings because they go from east to west. Okay, and the horizontal lines are called northings. The horizontal lines are called northings because they go from north to south. All right, the network of these horizontal and vertical lines or eastings and northings, they are called grid or grid reference. Now those were types of maps.